everyone, we're here at the entrance to the amphitheater, the ceremony area at the Grace Baptist Church in Santa Clarita. For point of reference, there's parking on both sides of us, and where that gentleman is walking, that leads to cocktail hour or non-alcoholic gathering area and the reception. So we're just going to take you up and show you this amazing space for ceremony. All right, so we are here in the amphitheater, and you can see it is absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. They've got market lights overhead for once the sun drops. There's running water over here, and plenty of seating, easy to be socially distant. There is a stage here and a lectern, but today the ceremony is going to take place down here under this little structure, and we'll have a wireless mic drop down there. Oftentimes when the in-house AV company runs sound, they will set up on the second level behind those chairs, and they have a patch and they can dial in directly, and there's cables running underground, and then they can drop in and drop speakers here without having to do cable runs. Today we've elected to set up over here on the side where we're out of eyesight, so we're not a distraction, and we have shade. So we've got our standard setup, which is a multi-mixer, a laptop, a media player as backup, 2 wireless mic systems, and a corded mic. And we have just done a cable run down here to the first speaker. So I'm using them as wedges because they're pointing up and the sound is going to bounce up nicely and hit everywhere. That way we can avoid a speaker stand, because it would be kind of unsightly and clunk up the area if we use speaker stands. And then we've daisy chained a second speaker, which is right over there on the corner. And also, we always make sure when we drop the speakers that they're out far enough, because a bridal party is going to line up on both sides. And sometimes if you put them in too tight, once the bridal party lines up, they'll block the speaker, and then that will dull the sound for the guests. So 2 speaker setup for ceremony here in the amphitheater.
Those who have been called into Christ and enabled to trust fully and only in Christ. We delight to know that you've invited us into your presence as guests, actually as beloved sons and daughters, and you've promised to meet us here today, that this joining of Thomas and Emma may begin before your face, according to your will, beneath the covering of your grace, and with the promise of your great blessing.
And this is the pathway that leads to a cocktail or non-alcoholic pre-reception gathering area, as we're calling it today, and also the reception pavilion, which we'll show you in a moment. Hey everyone, so we are now down in the reception area, an amazing space. I'm gonna just give you a quick tour and show you our setup for today. So we've got this amazing outdoor pavilion, and this is where reception will be. All the tables are nice and spaced out, socially safe. Just for point of reference, the parking lot is back here. There's also another little grassy area that could be used, maybe for, you know, non-COVID times, lawn games or something. DJ booth is definitely nice and socially distant, so love that. And we'll just take you through a little bit and show you what we got in here. So now we're under the Pavilion canopy. The DJ booth is over there. We do have 1 speaker over there. And we've run a wireless system, so there's no cables running along the ground. And we've got a fill speaker right here, which is going to fill 1 whole side. And then we've dropped another wireless speaker right over here, which will nicely fill this side, and the acoustics it'll fill this side, and the acoustics will be great because it's all going to bounce off this canopy, and the sweetheart table is right in the center, so right where sound from the 2 speakers kind of meet is right on point with where our couple will be today, which is really nice. The building back there, I think, is where they have staging for food and beverage and catering. And this is the pathway to the ceremony area, and also to a, normally what we call a cocktail hour. Today it is known as a non-alcoholic pre-reception gathering area. And so we haven't kicked it on yet, but we've just dropped a speaker right here and one speaker is going to nicely fill this whole area.
We also do recommend adding some uplighting. They're not pictured here, but we can add uplights to all the stone columns and the fireplace, and that will give some extra ambiance and warm the space. And that is the whole setup here at Grace Baptist Church in Santa Clarita.